right. Oh. We've both started at exactly the same time. You're in for a treat if he continues to practice. You'll be able to, you might be able to hear him practicing. My son plays the trombone and practices for, I think in total about 3 hours a day, but he can't practice during the day right now because my husband and I are working from home, so he's got to try and find time in between then. So anyway, hello and welcome. This is Paper Delights and I'm Shannon, and I come on every Monday to Friday to show you different techniques to perhaps inspire you, stir the imagination, and just encourage you to get into your crafting space and have some fun. So welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. This is the Hydrangea Haven, and it's in the MIDI catalog. So this catalog is only good until June. So I know it's very exciting with the new catalog coming out, but I don't want you to miss out on some of the other beautiful, beautiful things in this catalog. So the Hydrangea Hill, get the stamp set and the dies, the beautiful purple ribbon, which we'll be using, gorgeous paper, some beautiful pastel pearls. And this is a mercury glass acetate. I didn't get this, but it looked really interesting. This is the fine art floral cards that we did. We made a few things with that. The Simply Succulent. So again, don't forget to take a quick peek in this catalog because there's only a few left. We're going to do some of the ice cream paper. Gorgeous, gorgeous paper. So be sure to take a peek because this catalog is only available for a couple more months before all of these things sadly go away. So we are doing some really beautiful hydrangea stuff, and this paper is absolutely beautiful. So, so lovely. And there's one sheet, if I can find it now, sort of known, I think people can sometimes refer to it as the one sheet wonder. And what it is, oh, there it is. All right. Of course, it's the last paper. Look. So it's got a beautiful design on either ends, and it's meant that you can cut it right down the middle and then create a bunch of beautiful card fronts with it. So it's so sweet and simple. It's beautiful. And there's so many other beautiful pieces in here. So let's get started. Let me show you what I did. I took the watercolor paper and the dye sprinkles. You could use, if you've got refill dyes, you can use that. I sprayed it with some water. And then I did little drops in order to create the sheet. And then the dies have this great, which was fantastic, whole row of the little flowers. So I just put that on and put it through the big shot. And then I also did a couple of the bigger hydrangea die for the bigger piece, and you'll see that as well. So I did a couple of different colors. I tried some with the purple, and this was supposed to be like a blue, but it kind of had a bit of a green tinge to it. And then this one was purple and like a pink kind of color. So really fun way of creating a lot of texture to your paper. And so then that's sort of what I came up with. Now, in order to add a bit more texture to the flowers, instead of having them just flat like that, I took this pad here, which I've got covered with some paper, and I have this tool here. You could use your pick a tool. It has another end that you can add I don't have it on here right now, but it has like a knob end as well. And what I just did was I pressed in the middle and pushed it down into the foam, and it created these like little flowers basically. And you're going to see what we're going to do with those in a minute. So I just quickly sort of squeezed them down to give them some more dimension like that. And then I tucked them into my little box here just to sort of keep them all safe. So this die also has the ability to, you can see it on the back here, that you can pop up some of the leaves. So you can go in from behind or from the front and just sort of put some pressure on it and it'll pop up the flowers. And so it gives it that additional sort of dimension to it. Isn't that pretty? So that's what I was doing yesterday, which is why I was saying, well, we'll have to come and do videos tomorrow because I was having so much fun with this. So then what I decided was that I wanted a bit more dimension than just the flat flower, which looks beautiful just like that as well. Oh, and I also sprayed it with the frosted white. So I have these little spray bottles that I have frosted white and champagne mist. So I spritzed the paper before I punched it out. So I saw this tip on Pinterest, I believe. I can't remember the name of it. So what they did was they punched out some circles in order to, you're going to sort of layer it up. And I just punched out some from this paper here because it also has the pretty little flowers on it. So it kind of gave that look to it as well. And then what I did was I took my dimensionals and I popped it on the back because we're going to pop these up onto this one here. So it goes on like that. You can use whatever diameter shape you have. If you have one that's a little bit bigger, that might work better. And then what you do is you can either use your fingers or you can use a pair of tweezers, totally up to you. You can either put glue individually, or what I did was I just put a bunch of glue on the circle and then I added my flowers. And so I just sort of went around and continued to add the flowers as I went. So then once I did all the way around, then I went back and I went on top. I went on top of this section here, and it just adds a little bit of height. I wouldn't go more than just the two, only because you want it to fit into your cards and stuff. So yeah, so I did that, and that's how I created this one here. So it's 2 layers. I don't know if you can sort of see from the side. So it's got the upper layer and then the lower layer like that. So it kind of looks a bit more concave, right? And then you can just put it on top of the bottom piece like that. How pretty is that? Isn't that pretty? So I'm going to put a bit of glue on the back of this one and stick it on top of my paper. There you go. Now you can always add more as you need it. So just another way of adding some depth and some interest to the hydrangea. But like I said, it is such a beautiful die. Even if you just did that and pushed forward the little pieces underneath, it'll still look absolutely gorgeous. So this is Highland Heather. This is one of the designer series paper. Either way would look pretty. I thought I would do it that way. So a piece of this. And then we have this beautiful label from Ornate Gardens. And it had some in different sizes, but I chose this size. And then another little piece of the designer series paper to go inside. And I just cut it to fit inside the little dots there. And I'm not going to pop it up because my flower, like I said, my flower is popped up. So I'm going to center that. Now this one I didn't do a sentiment for. So this is the leaf die that it comes with it. You can pop out the greenery if you want to pop it out, but I'm going to leave it in because I like it. I think it looks nice like that. But you can pop it out and swap it for like a different color if you wanted to. Oops. So I'm going to put that there. So I'm going to put this here like that. I'm going to put some glue on here as well. And press that down. Just like so. Now, they have the beautiful pastel pearls that go with this set that come in a couple of really pretty colors. But I'm just going to use some simple pretty pearls on it, I think. I think this is such a lovely card you could use for a Mother's Day or a birthday or whatever you'd like. I just think the paper is so pretty. So there's your first card showing how you can build up those hydrangeas. All right, next card. This one is just using a piece from that one piece wonder I was telling you about. So for this one, I've got Gorgeous Grape is the card base. Then slightly smaller is Highland Heather. And then slightly smaller still is that one piece wonder. Now you could stamp right on top of this if you wanted to, but I don't trust myself to stamp right on that, to be quite frank. So, so I stamped on the dies, which I'm so sad these guys are leaving. I use these all the time. And then a piece of vellum to go in behind. Now in this one, I used the beautiful purple ribbon that matches it. But I also have this one here as well, which I really like too. It's purple posy, but I think it goes well with all of the different purples and the little pinks and stuff like that. So, so let's start putting this together. Hey, Pat. Thanks so much for stopping by. Happy Friday. So I'm going to put this one on like that. Now what I really like about this ribbon is you can just cut it straight and sort of singe the ends a little bit, or you can tuck it under. Completely up to you, because of the type of material it is. I find you could do either or. So, but for today, I think I'm going to tuck it around. So because it's wide enough, I just rolled the adhesive all the way across. I find this ribbon is really good because there's lots of different ways you can use it. So, and I believe some of the colors are retiring with this ribbon. So just put it on our card base like so, and then our little sentiment onto the vellum, and then the vellum, I'm just going to put actually I'm going to pop it up, and I'm just going to do where the little paper is, otherwise you'll see it through the vellum. So I'll just put it layer like that. You can always add a little wink of Stella to put a little sparkle on some of the hydrangeas. I'm gonna have to start saying cat hair included when I always find little wisps of cat hairs sometimes on things. So just adding a little bit of wink of Stella to the hydrangeas. Cute. We could even use, oh yeah, let's do that. We can even use one of our pretty little flowers that we have. Here, I'll grab a glue dot. I'm just gonna roll my glue dot so that it fits in behind. Put a little flower there and put a little pearl inside. There we go. How pretty is that? So pretty. There we go. So there's our second card. So like I said, you can do it with that type of ribbon, or you can tie it and use that type of ribbon there. I haven't done the wink of Stella on that yet, but I just wanted you to see that the paper is so versatile and it does such a pretty card. All right, last card. So this one, what I did was I fussy cut some of the paper, the images on some of the paper, see, like that. So I just fussy cut it around it, like that. This is on a base of Hydrangea Haven again, with a piece of white that's slightly smaller, another piece of the Designer Series paper with the pretty flower. I love the purple, it's so pretty. And then this was a piece that I just happened to have left over, again with the You Make Me Smile. And then we can take the pieces that we've cut out. So even the ones that were on the edge of the paper I cut out, because you can always tuck them under. And then build it up like that. So that was my idea for this card. So let's start putting that together. So we could add some ribbon to this one. I was of two minds. I wasn't too sure. So we can either put this one down and pop up the sentiment and wrap the ribbon around. Yeah, let's do that. Wrap the ribbon around this piece here. Let's see what that looks like. So my idea was to wrap it and tie it here. So again, whichever way you want your feet to go, your ties, your ends. Then point the paper in the direction you want the ties to go. All right, so it's not cooperating today. There we go. So we put it like so, and then we can pop up the sentiment. Or should we leave it off and then just do the flowers? Maybe we'll leave it off and just do the flowers. We can always add it by itself if we need to. Yeah, let's do that. Because I think we're going to run out of room with the flowers if I do the bow as well. But I can always just have the bow. So this I'm going to pop up. And I'm going to put it on first, but I'm not going to press down too hard until I've placed the other components. So I'm just going to put that down there. And I know I want this here. So I'm going to tuck it under like that. And then this one we can put there, and then we can tuck this one under here and then pop that one up there. Yes, I like that. So even those little bits on the edge, they're great for building things up and adding dimension to. So this one we're doing like that. Just making sure that I'm putting my dimensionals in the right spot. Because I just need to sort of hold up the side pieces. Like so. And then this one as well. And do our side pieces there, like that. And then again, we can take a little bit of Wink Stella, add a little bit of sparkle to them, like that. We could add a bow if we wanted to, or do we think that would be too much? Oh, that would be pretty down there. All right, let's do a little bow down there. I'm going to keep the other piece because I can use it somewhere else. This ribbon is so pretty. I'm going to have to get some more of this ribbon because it goes so nicely with the gorgeous grape and stuff. So definitely have to grab some more before the catalog is finished. There we go. And I'm going to use a couple of glue dots. I'm going to use 2 glue dots, I think. Add it there on the corner. There we go. That works better. I think if I had wrapped it around, it wouldn't have worked because we wouldn't have been able to see it or anything. So and then add, whoops, a few little pearls. And we're good. Yes. Thanks. Yes, that one sheet wonder, like, honestly, you can easily get, well, you get 2 sheets and you can probably get 8 pieces. At least 6. Yeah, at least 6, maybe even 8, depending on how you cut it. So there you go. So there are our cards for this evening. Another way that you can play with your watercolor paper and those sparkly things, I can't remember what they're called, the watercolor crystals. So I'm always looking for ways of using some of the products that we have in a new way. So this, you can use your watercolor paper and those watercolor crystals to make some gorgeous, gorgeous hydrangea. I think that it's the perfect medium for it because it's so multicolored, just the way hydrangeas are. So, and then you can use that to sort of layer it up and you get this gorgeous sort of 3D effect. So there you go. Perfect. Well, thank you so very, very much for stopping by. Please like and share. If you would like a catalog, please send me a message anywhere in the Ottawa and surrounding area. I'd be happy to drop you off a catalog and a bookmark with our new in colors and maybe a few other little treats. So please stay safe and I will see you on Monday. Bye.